So we got rain coming towards us, so I didn't go for a long tour today, I just a little bit. But I am going to start working on the monster today. I'm going to try to get it going temporarily again, because we have another round of nice weather coming. So this might be it for the year. This will be our October summer, and after that it's going to drop down to single digits. So I got to do what I can do here. I just called my dealer to find out what's going on with the parts. He's having issues with ODSP. They sent him a fax approving, but it was a two-page fax, and he only got the first page. He needs the second page that says it's approved. So he's trying to get a hold of my worker, and I would love to have their hours. I tell you, I call them like half the time they're not even in the office, right? You leave a voicemail, either get back or don't get back or whatever. It's crazy. I hate dealing with them for that reason. It's so hard to get a hold of them. So I gotta call them up. I don't even remember. I don't even remember who my worker is. I guess it doesn't really matter. I'll just call him, tell him my last name. It goes by name. So I gotta do that. But before I do that, or actually, I guess I should do that first. But I'm gonna, at the very least, I'm gonna change this tire. Get rid of this flat tire. I don't wanna. So I come up with an idea for this back wheel here, with the hub all messed up on it. So because it's messed up, the splines have worn down. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to weld to the splines, just to build up the part that's worn off, and then as it's spinning I'll take the grinder to it, just I'm using my hands here, you can't see, just make it flat straight across to get rid of that bevel on the end. And that's not going to solve the problem, because the hub itself needs to be changed, which is what I'm waiting for. So I'll wait till I get that, so I can make it fit the way it's supposed to fit, and then I won't have to take this motor off of this transaxle and put it on my old transaxle, which is still good. My first one, my very first one. It's really dark here. Why is it so dark in the garage today? I don't know. So that's my plan for that. That will save me from changing a lot of things around. And like I say, my old transaxle is still buried in the house, and I'll have to dig it out just to get to it. I got my old one here, but I can't use that one because it's got a spun bearing in it. That's why I had to change it. Woohoo! Previously. So that one's scrap metal. I won't be doing anything with that. And I'm not even going to attempt to take... I've explained that before. I'm not going to take it apart. I talked about that. So, what I'd like to do today, I'm not going to today, but I am going to change that tire. That's the one thing I am going to do today, just so I can get the monster working. I might open this up to see if anything's shorting inside. I don't know. Like mud splatters on here. I'm really not going to do much. I just want to get it working just so I can drive it. Just for this next few days. It looks like about a week of nice temperatures, and then it's going to get cold. I'd like to have had this done before it got cold, but tis what it is. Completely forget what I was going to say. I am going to change, not today, but I am going to change my, whatever you call this, spindle thingy. I'm going to cut this tab off, and once I get my parts and I start doing everything, I'm going to take this speedometer pickup unit thingy and put it on here, and I got to alter this so it will fit on here, because it's a completely different setup. It doesn't have to be anything major. It just has to keep it from spinning on the axle. That's all it's got to do. It's just got to be something there to hold it in place. So that's my goal for today. I got to go back out after I'm done all this because I got to get milk. I forgot to take my milk jug with me and stuff at the post office. It's Thursday today. I've only been there, I think, one day this week. I believe that was Monday, so we might have stuff there waiting for us. So I'm going to do that. So I think really all I'm going to do here today is just change that tire. Get rid of the flat tire. And then hopefully I don't get any errors. While I'm out and about, and I can drive around while I'm waiting for my parts. But he says he's ready to order. You know, he just needs confirmation that it's approved. And he only got half the facts, so I gotta call him up, see if I can get a hold of him. It's not raining yet. I don't think it's gonna be, the rain's too far off. So I'm gonna get to this. I'm not gonna record it or anything, but you've watched me change tires before anyways. And hopefully, being as this tire has been flat for, a while, and like I say, I put air in it, go out for a drive. By the time I'm done my tour, it's flat again. So hopefully that's released the bead from the rim. Hopefully. And we'll see what's going on with that. So my special is finished, not finished, but I've recorded everything I need to record. I still have to search for stuff in my previous files, which that's what's taking all my time right now. But it's going to be several hours long, and nobody's going to sit through that. So I broke it up into parts. I've got the first one completely finished and ready to upload, but I'm going to upload them all together, so they're all together. And explain everything. Explain how I got into photography, how I started, and everything that's led me up to where I am now. Including how I got the title, The Time Capture. But I don't want to give too many spoilers. I don't know how long this is going to take to make. I actually made the first one last night. At the whole first episode finished. I don't know how many parts are going to be there, but like I say, it's all together. It's going to be several hours long. So, the first one's only half hour. Introduction as to what's going on with it, what it is, what it's about, stuff like that. I guess that's it. I can't record a whole lot today anyways. I've only got a 16 gigabyte card in this camera. As my 128 gigabyte is in my other camera, the one I was using to record all my talking and that. Because I can use microphone with it, I can't with this one. And hopefully, I know I had an issue with wind noise at one point, and I put electrical tape over the built-in microphone. Like I discovered, when I plug an external microphone into it, it doesn't cancel the internal, so you're getting audio from both. So I kind of thought maybe that's where the wind noise was coming from, so I put electrical tape over it. It didn't seem to matter. So apparently it's my lapel mic that's the little foamy on it is not good enough to stop wind noise. I'm sure it does some, but it didn't fix the issue completely 100%. So I guess that's all I got for now. A bit chilly today. It was 16 when I came out. It's 18 now. But I'm wearing my sweater. It's like I'm still like, if I wasn't wearing my sweater, I'd be shivering like crazy right now. It's not that great out. I guess I can take the tripod off the back of the back of the fortress here. I don't need it on here anymore. I can take that with me and set it up, sitting down at the river, and that's where I was talking. Something with a nice little background, something better than sitting here in the garage talking anyway. So, I guess that's it. I'll get to work. I got lots of time. Post office closes at 5. It's like 1 something. Well, it's 1:30 now. So, I got lots of time. That's more time than I'll be able to work anyway, so I'm not too worried about it. So that's it. I'm going to stop yapping and get to work. Okay. It's crazy. I hate when ODSP changes workers on us all the time because they know nothing about us. They don't know. So apparently the parts were not approved, and the reason they were not approved is because I'm in Wingham. Why am I getting parts from Barry? He's an approved Ontario dealer. It shouldn't matter. So I explained why. I says I have a Heartway scooter, and that's the only Heartway dealer near me, or closest Heartway dealer near me. It's the only place I can get parts from. And then she asked why I needed this particular scooter or whatever. I says, well, I don't need this particular scooter. I just need a scooter. This just happens to be the one that I have. So she said if it was somewhere like here on Perth area, she wouldn't question it, but just because it was so far away, that's why she. So that's why I hate when they change workers, because I know nothing about any of their clients. And she felt bad. She said before she even asked me, she says, I really hate to ask this, and I'm not insinuating, but why do you need, I feel bad for her. And she said my heart goes out to our clients, because she goes through the same thing with everybody, and not everybody's understanding. I says, I get it. I completely get it. You know nothing about me, right? So we had a nice conversation. She's a cool lady. Most social workers are, if you get to know them, outside their job, they're usually really nice people. I've had one that was not a great person, period. But most of them have been really good. And I told her, I says, this is the same situation here after COVID. We had a lot of new people in the post office. And it's a small town, everybody knows everybody, but these new people come in, they don't have a clue who you are, right? So you got to go through that, until they get to know you. If you get mail with the wrong post office box on it or something, they'll know who it is, right? New person won't. It gets sent back. That's what I went through with that check my sister mailed me. So I told her, I says, I get it. I completely understand. I says, I don't mind explaining, what needs to be explained. But once we were done, she says she's got no problem approving it. She says, I'll send them the fax within an hour. Done, right? So it's Thursday now. So I probably won't see my parts till Monday. But I did start working on the monster. I'm having just as much problem with this tire as I did the other one. But I'm almost done now. I decided, I actually did this while I was waiting on hold. I was on hold for like half an hour just to talk to somebody. Why does that seem like, oh it is, it's zoomed in. I didn't do that. But, just like, you get the answering service and press 0 to talk to somebody. That's what I did. I can't remember who my worker is. I never remember because they keep changing. So I can't go directly to her, which, is just nuts. So I had to wait. And wait, and wait. At least they didn't give me this crazy elevator music to listen to. Just every 30 seconds. Thank you for your patience. Your call is important to us. Every 30 seconds. That was crazy. But it was about half an hour. And first thing I did, I pulled the tube out. I got thinking maybe if I pull the tube out, it'll make it easier to slide the tire off. Because I thinking maybe that's, adding extra friction and holding on. But I inflated it while I was waiting, and the hole is right on the outside edge. So there is something, or was anyway, something sticking through the center of the tire. So I gotta check for that before I put a new tube in it. But while I'm on hold, I'm working on this, trying to pull it up, and I gotta have something better, because I'm using this. This is the longest pry bar that I had, and pushing up, I need more leverage. So I pulled out my toolbox. I kind of remember having a ball joint breaker, right? So what I did, and let's see if I can set this down. Let me turn the screen so I can see. There's the tire right here. I can't. No. Wait for the screen to flip over. You can sort of almost see that. I guess you can see that. So what I did was, longer pry bar was in my, I got a really long one. I'm not sure if this is it actually. No, I think I have a longer one. But it's in the house because in the the dog out front, our sidewalk has a big crack in it. And every once in a while, I'm not sure how, his chain gets jammed in that crack. So they gotta stick the pry bar in the crack and spread it open so we can pull his chain out. I don't get that. So this is the longest one I have out here. So what I was doing, and hopefully you can see this okay, I got my ball joint breaker, I stick it in, and then I stick the pry bar behind it, and as I'm pushing up on the rim, I'm pulling the bead away from the tire, or away from the rim. And I'm just kind of working my way around, doing that. Oh, hang on a second, I'm getting a phone call. Okay, for some reason, I got a phone call, it didn't go through my glasses. My glasses are on, I just checked them. So I just kind of working my way around here, I'm almost done now. Just pull the bead away from the tire, or away from the rim, because that's far enough from the rim. And I get to the point where I can't go much further. This is obviously not going to be good for the sidewall of the tire, but I don't have a choice. It's the only way I can really do it. So I never finished because somebody finally answered the phone. While I was waiting on hold. And I told her, I says, I don't remember who my worker is. So she put me through, and she just happened to be in the office today, which is surprising. Most of the time when I call, they're not in the office. Like I said, I'd love to have their hours. It's just, these hold the tire so tight. I gotta find out if there's something I can put on the rim. I put grease on it, it's not helping. I spray them down, hoping they will slide off a lot easier, but it's just not really making a difference. I'm gonna go up to the auto shop today. That's the problem with being aluminum, is they corrode, and the corrosion just sticks to everything. So I'm gonna go up to the auto shop while I'm out today and find out if they have any tricks that they use to keep tires from sticking. Okay, I don't feel anything. I hate that so much. I would rather see something sticking in the tire. So I know where the issue is. It's pretty thin though. It's really thin. But I don't know if that's driving on it flat or if it's just worn out. But I hate when I can't find anything because it makes me worry that whatever the issue was is still there. Okay, I don't seem to have any damage to the sidewall, because forcing it out with these things is obviously not going to be good for it. It doesn't seem to be a problem. So, I'm exhausted now already. It's 2:30 now. So I'm going to stick a new tube in here, put this back together. I'm going to lubricate the rim a little bit again. Hopefully, I'm not going to have a problem taking this off when I get my new tires. Apparently next week. Okay, so I'm going to shut the camera down and put this back together. Hey, the tire's back on, done welding there. I know it's still holding there, wobbling like crazy, but at least it's there. So, stick this up here for now, so it's at least out of the way. So, we gotta take the fortress outside, push the monster outside, switch the batteries over again, bring it back in, put the seat back on, and I'm ready to go back out and enjoy. Go grab my milk, go grab my mail if there is any. I'm exhausted now. I'm pretty much done for the day. Not a whole lot more I can do. But I'm not finished yet. Technically I could leave this till tomorrow, but I don't want to. I come out tomorrow, I want to just be able to hop on the monster and go. I don't want to have to do anything first. Get myself all sweaty before I go out. Okay. So that's all I got for that, as far as putting the monster back together. I don't know if you can hear the bagpipes. I got some entertainment while I sit down here at the river today. Oh, there's a crazy amount of spider webs out. Oh, they're all over me. It's driving me insane. So, got the monster again. See it in my viewfinder here. Ah, there it is. I think. So I took it out for a drive last night, or yesterday afternoon after I got it back together. Enjoyed it. Didn't have any issues. I come out today and the front tire still holding air. So whatever it was that punctured the tube, went in, came out. So that's not an issue. I stopped down at Barry's while I was going through. There were some people working on cars in there, so I just kind of drove right into the shop. I got a quick question for you. So I asked them about the tires, and if there's anything I can put on the rim to stop the tire from sticking, and they use something it's called tire lube. I suggested that. He said, I don't know if that will help you out, but that's what we use. So I'm gonna look into that. They got big tubs of it, so it's gonna be pretty pricey, but if it's available to non-business people. Sorry, I got something stuck in my sock here. It's piercing my ankle. It's driving me insane, like a little thorn or something. But I can't. It seems like it's on the inside of my sock. I can't get it out. It's driving me insane. So I'm gonna see if they have smaller quantities or something. I'll try that and see if that helps. So next time I want to take the tire off the rim, and hopefully it won't be such an issue for me. So I didn't have any problems. Enjoyed my tour. And come out today. It's nice out today. Nice and sunny, as you can see. So apparently they have an omega block. I love omega blocks because it always ends up in nice sunny warm temperatures with no precipitation. So that's what we're getting for a few days. It's not going to last very long, unfortunately. That's what's bringing us our October summer. So I'll come out today, go for a nice drive, grab my coffee. Did the first part of my tour, and starting the second part, and I come up to the intersection up here, and there's a ride program. So 2 police cars, one facing each direction, and a couple officers standing in the middle of the road stopping traffic. So I come up and I waited for them to finish off at the vehicle they were at, and I said to him, I says, I haven't been drinking and I got my seatbelt on. He's kind of laughed. He says, okay, go on through then. Those are the two things that they check for. Make sure well, not make sure, but they ask you if you've been drinking, and they'll check to make sure you're wearing your seatbelt. So, I couldn't say that with the Fortress, but I can say that with the Monster. So, is it safe for the road? Well, that one's questionable. So, went around the corner, started heading up the hill on error after error after error. I was getting ticked. It stopped the first time since I put it back on the road this time, and shut it down, started up, went about 10 feet, happened again, and it was just constant, again and again and again. It was really ticking me off. So I'm thinking, okay, do I stop and start wiggling wires or what? And eventually it stopped doing it. It hasn't done it since, but it was just... I wish I knew what the problem was so I could fix it. But like I say, I have a feeling it's up in the front end. I haven't done anything with that yet. It is rattling pretty good up there, so... And the last time I had that issue, I took the front off, moved the wires around, and it never happened again. So I am going to try that. I'll probably do that today before I go in, once I get back home. I can't do it now. I probably have the screwdriver with me that I need. I think I put that in with my emergency toolkit, but I don't think I have the hex drivers to take the basket off, and I can't take the front end off unless I take the basket off first. I'm not sure. It's possible. I know I did. I don't think I put it back in the box. So I can't do much about that. So from here I was going to head down the highway and stop at the grocery store before I went home, but I'm not sure I want to do that, because if it errors in the middle of the bridge, I have to wait for traffic to clear before I can cross the bridge, because the shoulder part of the road is very, very narrow, and on one of the bridges it's kind of non-existent, so I have to wait till there's no vehicles coming towards me before I can cross the bridge. And if it errors in the middle, there's a lot of times I have just enough time to get across the bridge before a car comes, so I don't want to take that chance. So the bees are busy. There's still some flowers around. I wonder if I can get it. Oh, if I can get up. I wonder if I can get one on video. Get close to it there. I can't really see what I'm looking at here. I don't have my glasses on, so I can't really zoom in because I can't see. I can't see where I'm looking. I think it's right there. I don't know. Oh, apparently yes. So either way, bumblebees are there's still flowers around. These are, I believe these are called placeman's cap. They're an invasive species. I'm not sure where they came from. It's interesting, that looks like a black and white bumblebee. They're usually black and white. But these flowers are still blooming. They're all over the place. They grow like crazy. Like I say, they're invasive species. I'm not sure if this is the one. There's two different ones. Oh, hello, Mr. Heron. Apparently he didn't like me talking. I just heard a noise. What the heck? I look over and there's a heron taking off. I didn't even realize it was there. But they're pretty stealthy. I have to actually see them move to notice them sometimes. But there's two flowers like these. There's the pink and white ones that are everywhere, and there's also orange ones. One of them is native, and one of them is invasive. I'm thinking it's the pink ones that are invasive because they're everywhere. And I don't see any orange ones. The orange ones were out during the summer. I saw them in different places, but the pink ones, they're constantly blooming. So, one thing I forgot to say earlier, yesterday when I was talking, is I did an experiment with this camera. I plugged the power supply in and just let it record. And I waited till the card filled up. The battery didn't get hot, but the camera got hot. It got pretty hot. But it recorded the whole time, and once the card filled up, I turned it off, and it took like 5 minutes to charge the battery. So I'm assuming that it's charging while I'm recording, so that's a good thing. I'm happy about that. Oh, he's coming back. I just kind of pointed the camera at it. I don't know if you can see it or not. Hard to zoom in when I'm not actually looking at the screen, because I had it at arm's length and the screen's facing forward, obviously, so I can see myself here. But I guess that was the test. I can use this camera when it's plugged in. That was something else. Oh yeah, when I showed my test videos, the fire department, the first one that I did, the camera went out of focus. I never even noticed that until I was putting that together. Because I looked at various ones, I never actually watched the whole clips. And once I put everything together and watched the output, I guess you could say, that's when I noticed it. And that's the only time this camera's gone out of focus. I don't know if it was the dim light or what, I don't know, but that actually kind of surprised me because it went way out of focus and stayed out of focus. That was kind of crazy. But that's the only time it's happened. I've never had that happen recording anything else, so I'll excuse that one. I'll chalk that up to dim light. My last Fuji, the HS10, it was really hard for it to focus in dim light, so I'm going to assume that's what it was. So I don't think I have anything else to say. It's actually hot. There's a lot of heat radiating from the plants around me here. The sun is very powerful. I like it. I could probably get away with wearing shorts today, but no, I didn't, because it was only 18 when I come out. It wasn't all that great. Tomorrow I'll try to come out. It's 2:30 now, so I'm at, close to peak temperature. But I'll try to come out later today, or tomorrow, when the temperature's a little bit warmer. I'll come out at the peak time. I don't have to worry about dealing with the temperature change and being overdressed. I guess that's it. So I don't know if I'm going straight home from here. I gotta go to the grocery store anyways. Maybe I'll take the town streets in instead of heading out on the highway. I don't know, we'll see what happens. See if I get an error on the way out of here. As like I say, once all that stopped, it hasn't happened since. So I don't know what to expect. So I do that, and I don't know. I don't really need to stop at the post office, I don't think. So Michelle's in London today. She's getting her second hip done. So hopefully that goes well for her. I don't think we need anything else. I'm not expecting anything from the post office. I don't think anybody else is. So, and it's Friday. I remember when I was, it might change now, but when I was delivering mail, I remember Fridays were late days, very late days. no flyers or anything on Fridays. But I don't know. I might go. I might not. I'll decide when I get down there. But once I get home, I'll take the the front end off the monster and just kind of look at the wires and see if there's anything that looks like it's shorting on the frame. I would like to really... I haven't asked... I've just been dealing with trying to get my parts. I haven't really asked my dealer about anything yet. I want to ask about a new wiring harness. Just curious to see what the price would be. And just start from scratch. So, anyway, that's all I got. I will tune back in once I get home, and if I find anything in the front, I just kind of go from there, I guess. Hey, so I'm back home now. I went for more of a drive, and one more time, error. Just once this time. But the reason I wanted this camera is just to take with me, just in case something happens. Well, I haven't seen killdeer since spring, I guess, early summer. I always see them down at the river when I'm sitting down at the dam, and they nest in the gravelly areas. And after that, I don't really see them all that much. So I hear them in the evening, just as the sun's going down, or just after the sun's gone down. I hear them flying over. They have their own distinct call. I sat here for so long and it was quiet. As soon as I start talking, all the traffic shows up. So I'm sitting down there and I see one. So I get the camera out. This is why I want to carry it with me. Just something happens, I've got the camera, right? I don't have to rely on zooming in on the scooter cam, which loses quality and you can't really see anything anyways. So I get the camera out, I start recording it. Just watching it foraging for food. Probably just filling itself up for the migration, which will be happening soon. There's a lot of summer birds that are still here. Flickers are still here. Robins are still here. Like I said, I hadn't seen any killdeer. I was actually kind of surprised to see them today. Thought they had left already. So as I'm recording it, I'm hearing another one, and keeping the camera pointed at this one, I look and it's coming in, so I zoom out a bit. It lands beside it, close by. So now there's two of them, I'm watching them, and unexpectedly, I didn't expect to see that. That's something you'd see in the springtime. I wasn't expecting that. So that kind of leads me to a question. Do they reproduce more than once per year? They do it here, obviously, because they nest. They nest here. But after they migrate, do they have another brood when they head south? Kind of makes me wonder. I thought it was just once a year, but it's kind of obvious what they did. I wasn't expecting that. That was kind of cool, and I caught it on video. But there's no way to, they're quite camouflaged when they're in amongst the rocks like that, and there's no way I could zoom in on that with the scooter cam. So that's why I want to have a camera that I can carry with me. And having such a great zoom like this really makes a difference. So I decided to share that. But I'm tired now. I don't really feel like doing anything, so I'm not going to do anything with the monster. I'll come out early tomorrow before I go out, and I'll take it apart. It won't take long anyways. Take the basket off. That's the part that sucks. That's the part that kind of stops me from doing stuff, because there's so many screws to take out. But the ES950's basket, it's just a hook that sticks into a loop. Just pull up on it and it comes off. This is bolted on. I get six bolts just to disconnect it from the bracket, and then 2 more bolts take the bracket off the frame. Then I can take the front of the tiller off. So there's kind of a bit of a deterrent to actually doing things quickly. And this fly is driving me absolutely insane here. So I'll go wait. I'll do that tomorrow when I come out. I guess I'm done for my activities. Outdoor activities are done for today.